Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going to be talking about something super important, whether you're starting a business, working within one, or just curious about how the world works. Business models.
Ooh, I like this one.
Yeah, this should be good.
Absolutely.
So we're not just talking about the products and services, right?
Right.
But the how behind a company's success.
The why.
Yeah, the why,
Mhm.
how they create, deliver, and capture value.
That's it.
Like, think about Amazon.
Okay. Yeah.
Starting out as just an online bookstore,
Right.
and now they're practically taking over the world.
It's true.
It's crazy. Or Google,
Uh-huh.
whose search engine dominance fueled this advertising empire.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
Right.
Think about where they both started.
I know we'll get into those stories a little bit later,
But
but
the-
first we need to lay down, like, the foundation.
The groundwork.
Yeah, the groundwork.
Yeah.
So,
What's so interesting about business models
Mhm.
is that they're often like the unsung heroes. You know, people get all dazzled by like a cool new gadget or a catchy slogan.
right.
But it's the underlying model that determines whether a company really thrives or not.
Right.
Remember the dot-com bubble bursting?
Oh, yeah.
So many companies had what seemed like innovative ideas, but they just vanished overnight.
That's such a good point.
Yeah.
It's like having this fancy sports car,
Okay.
but there's no engine.
Oh.
It looks really impressive,
Yeah.
but it's not going anywhere.
No, it's not.
So how do we avoid that fate?
Right.
What exactly is a business model, and how can we make sure that ours is built to last?
Okay, well, a business model is really like a company's blueprint for success.
Okay.
It outlines who they serve,
Uh-huh.
what value they offer, how they reach their customers, and of course, how they make money.
Right.
And it's not just about making a quick buck. It's about building something sustainable for the long haul.
Makes sense.
Think of it as like the foundation of a house.
Okay.
If the foundation is weak, the whole structure will collapse.
Oh, that's a great analogy. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So where does the business model canvas fit into all of this?
Okay.
I've heard that it's a great tool for understanding and building these models, especially for visual learners like me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you got it. The business model canvas breaks down the complexity of a business into 9 key elements,
Okay.
and it gives you this really clear visual overview.
I can appreciate that.
Yes, you can think of it as a map with 9 key landmarks that guide you to success.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, let's start exploring these landmarks.
These are it.
What's the first element that we need to understand?
So first up is customer segments.
Okay.
It's all about identifying your target audience.
All right.
So who are you creating value for?
Gotcha.
Like, for example, are you targeting busy professionals, eco-conscious consumers, or tech-savvy teenagers?
Right. It's like understanding who you're inviting to your party.
It is.
You wouldn't serve the same food and music to a group of college students that you would to a family reunion.
No, you wouldn't. So knowing your customer segment is essential for tailoring your offerings and making sure you resonate with the right people.
Absolutely.
What's next?
Next, we have the value proposition.
Okay.
And this is really the heart of your business model.
Oh,
It's the unique value that you deliver to your customers
okay.
and why they should choose you over your competitors.
Makes sense.
So think about a company like Dollar Shave Club.
Okay.
Their value proposition isn't just cheap razors. It's convenience and affordability delivered right to your door.
Right.
They identified a pain point, expensive razors,
Yeah.
and offered a solution that resonated with a very specific customer segment.
That's a great example. I always hated going to the store for razors.
Exactly.
So their model totally makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know who we're serving and what we're offering.
Right.
How do we actually get that value to our customers?
That's where channels come in.
Okay.
These are the pathways that you use to reach your target audience. These can be online platforms like websites and social media, physical stores, partnerships with other businesses, or even direct sales.
Gotcha.
And choosing the right channels is crucial for getting your message in front of the right people.
So it's like choosing the right megaphone to get your message heard.
That's a great way to put it.
You wouldn't use a bullhorn in a library.
No, you wouldn't.
So it's all about using the channels that best fit your target audience and your message.
That's right.
So what happens once we've made contact with our customers?
Well, building strong customer relationships is vital for long-term success.
Okay.
It's about how you interact with your customers, how you build loyalty, and foster trust.
Okay.
Think about a company like Zappos.
Okay.
They're known for their exceptional customer service.
Uh-huh.
They go above and beyond to create those positive experiences, leading to repeat business and positive word-of-mouth marketing.
Yeah, that reminds me of how much I love shopping at Trader Joe's. You know, their friendly staff, and that unique store atmosphere just make it a much more enjoyable experience than going to a typical grocery store.
Right.
So it's not just about the products, it's about how they make you feel.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got happy customers.
Yes.
How do we turn that into actual money?
Now we get to the core of any business revenue streams.
All right.
This is how your company brings in the cash.
Okay.
It could be through direct sales, subscription fees, advertising revenue licensing agreements, or even a combination of all of these.
Right.
Think about Spotify.
Okay.
They offer a free ad-supported version and a premium ad-free subscription.
Right.
So that creates multiple revenue streams.
That's really clever. It's like offering both a buffet and a la carte options at your restaurant.
It is.
You're catering to different customer needs and budgets.
Exactly.
Okay, but to keep those revenue streams flowing, you need to have the right resources in place, right?
You do. Key resources are essential.
Okay.
These are the assets that your business needs to function. Think about physical assets like buildings and equipment, intellectual property like patents and trademarks, and of course your talented team.
Yeah, you got to have the right people.
You do. Without these resources, you can't deliver on your value proposition.
So true. It's like having all the right ingredients and tools to bake a cake,
Okay.
but without them, you're just stuck with a recipe and a dream.
Right.
So what do we do with all of these resources?
Well, we put them into action.
Okay.
Key activities.
Uh-huh.
These are the crucial tasks that your business needs to perform to make everything work.
Gotcha.
These could be activities like product development, marketing campaigns, customer service operations management.
So it's not enough to just have the resources.
Right.
You have to actively use them in a way that creates value.
Yes.
Yeah.
Think about a company like Netflix.
Okay.
Their key activities involve creating that compelling content, securing distribution rights, and constantly improving that streaming platform.
It's like having a fully stocked kitchen, but needing a skilled chef to turn those ingredients into a delicious meal.
Exactly.
But even with all the resources and activities in place, sometimes we need a little help from our friends, right?
Absolutely. Key partnerships are essential. These are strategic alliances that you form with other businesses or organizations to leverage each other's strengths and to create a more powerful offering. This could be working with suppliers, distributors, technology partners, or even joint ventures. Think about Apple and Nike partnering to create the Apple Watch Nike Plus edition.
Oh, yeah.
They combine their expertise in technology and fitness to reach a wider audience.
That's a great example of how two companies can join forces to create something greater than the sum of their parts.
Absolutely.
It's like combining peanut butter and chocolate, a classic partnership that's always a winning combination.
Always a winner.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground, but there's one more piece of the puzzle we need to address, right?
We do last, but certainly not least, we have the cost structure.
Okay.
Understanding the costs associated with running your business, both fixed and variable.
Makes sense.
This includes everything from rent and salaries to raw materials and marketing expenses.
Okay.
Knowing your costs is crucial for profitability.
Right.
Ensuring that your revenue streams can cover your expenses and generate a profit.
So it's like balancing your personal budget.
It is.
You got to make sure you're earning more than you're spending.
Right.
You wouldn't want to blow your entire paycheck on lattes.
No, you wouldn't.
So understanding your cost structure is about making smart financial decisions, identifying areas where you can optimize spending, and ultimately ensuring that your business is financially sustainable.
Exactly. It's like making sure your car has enough gas to reach your destination.
Ooh, I like that one too.
Yeah.
All right, so we've explored all 9 building blocks of the business model canvas.
We have.
Now that we've laid this foundation, I'm excited to see how these elements come to life in real-world companies.
Me too. And in the next part of our deep dive, we'll be taking a closer look at how companies like Amazon and Google use these building blocks to achieve incredible success.
Stay tuned, everyone. It's going to be fascinating.
I can't wait. Welcome back, everyone. Ready to see the business model canvas in action.
I am all set. In the last part we laid the groundwork, exploring those 9 building blocks of a successful business model. Now I'm eager to see how those pieces fit together in the real world, especially with companies like Amazon and Google, who not only survived that .com crash, but they came out even stronger than ever. What's their secret?
Their journeys are really a masterclass in adaptability and understanding the power of a solid business model. And you have to remember, a business model isn't static.
Okay.
It needs to evolve as the model changes just like a chameleon adapts to its environment.
So it's not enough to just have a good plan. You need to be able to adjust that plan as you go.
Exactly. Let's
Okay.
break it down further, starting with Amazon. We touched on their diversification going beyond books into just this mind-boggling array of products and services.
Yeah.
But the key takeaway isn't just about offering more stuff.
Right.
It's about strategically choosing areas that leverage their existing strengths.
Okay, I see what you mean. Like, they didn't just randomly decide to add groceries and streaming services.
Yeah.
They made calculated decisions based on what would work well with their existing infrastructure and customer base.
Precisely a great example of this is Amazon Web Services, or AWS.
Okay.
They already had this massive server infrastructure for their retail business.
Right.
So they leveraged that to create a cloud computing platform.
Wow.
That's not just diversification, that's brilliant synergy.
I never thought about it that way. So they turned their existing resources into this whole new market that's incredible.
Right, and while they were expanding their offerings, they never lost sight of customer value.
Mm-hmm.
They're constantly innovating to make the shopping experience seamless and enjoyable.
Like, think about features like one-click ordering Prime membership and those personalized recommendations that seem to know you better than you know yourself.
Exactly. Those innovations aren't just gimmicks. They're designed to solve customer pain points,
Right.
making their lives easier and more convenient. And that customer-centric approach has built incredible loyalty.
Yeah.
People keep coming back to Amazon because they know they'll get a reliable, enjoyable experience.
Okay, so Amazon shows us the power of diversification, strategic synergy, and laser focus on the customer. What about Google? How did they go from this simple search engine to a global powerhouse?
Google's story highlights the importance of understanding your core resources
Okay.
and finding innovative ways to monetize them.
Yeah.
They recognized that their search engine wasn't just a tool for finding information.
Right.
It was this treasure trove of data about user behavior and interests.
So they weren't just connecting people with websites. They were building this incredibly valuable database.
Exactly. And they brilliantly leveraged that data to create Google AdWords, which revolutionized online advertising.
Uh-huh.
Instead of just selling ad space,
Mm-hmm.
they gave advertisers the power to target specific audiences based on their search history, demographics, and interests.
Right.
That's incredibly valuable.
It's like the difference between shooting an arrow in the dark and aiming for a bullseye with a laser pointer. AdWords gave advertisers precision and efficiency, which made them willing to pay a premium.
Exactly. And it was a scalable model. As more people use Google, their database grows, attracting more advertisers
Mm-hmm.
and generating more revenue without a proportional increase in costs. That's a recipe for explosive growth.
So Amazon and Google are incredible examples of how a well-structured, adaptable business model can lead to massive success. But how can we, like the everyday listeners, apply these lessons to our own lives and work? We might not be building the next billion-dollar tech giant.
That's the beauty of the business model canvas. It's not just for corporate giants.
Oh.
It's a tool that anyone can use, whether you're an entrepreneur with a startup idea, a freelancer looking to optimize your services, or even just someone who wants to better understand how the business world works.
So it's like having a Swiss Army knife for the business world. It has a tool for every situation.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
Let's say you're a freelance graphic designer.
Uh.
The business model canvas can help you define your ideal client, your customer segments,
Uh-huh.
articulate your unique design style, and what sets you apart, your value proposition.
Okay.
Figure out the best platforms to find clients, your channels, and determine your pricing strategy, your revenue streams.
So even if you're not building a massive company, the canvas can help you structure your work, clarify your goals, and make smarter decisions.
Absolutely. And even if you're not running your own business,
Yeah.
understanding these concepts can be incredibly helpful in your career.
How so?
Well, imagine you're considering switching jobs.
Yeah, okay.
You could use the business model canvas to analyze potential employers.
Oh, interesting.
Look beyond the job title and salary and assess whether a company has a strong model, a clear value proposition, and a sustainable path for growth.
That's a great point. It's like doing your due diligence before investing in a company, but you're investing your time and energy instead of money.
Precisely. The business model canvas can help you make more informed decisions, whether you're starting a business, choosing a job, or simply navigating the marketplace as a consumer.
We've covered a lot of ground today, and I'm starting to see how these building blocks fit together to create a successful business. But before we wrap up, I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier, adaptability. We've seen how Amazon and Google adapted and evolved over time, but what does that actually look like in practice? How can we be more adaptable in our own work and lives?
That's a great question, and a crucial one in today's world. Adaptability is about being willing to challenge your assumptions, experiment with new approaches, and pivot when necessary. It's about embracing change rather than resisting it.
So it's not about having this rigid plan set in stone, but more like having a flexible roadmap that can be adjusted along the way.
Yeah.
Exactly. A sustainable business model isn't a static document.
Right.
It's a living, breathing entity that needs to evolve with the times.
It's like navigating a ship through uncharted waters. You have your destination in mind, but you need to be ready to adjust your course as you encounter unexpected currents and obstacles.
That's a perfect analogy. And the business model canvas is your compass and map, helping you stay on course while being open to new discoveries and opportunities along the way.
This has been incredibly insightful. I'm starting to feel like I have a much better grasp of how businesses work and what drives success.
I'm glad to hear that we've laid a solid foundation, explored real-world examples, and emphasized the importance of adaptability. Now, in our final part, we'll turn our attention to the future of business models and the trends that will shape the years to come.
I'm excited to dive into that. We've talked about how Amazon and Google leveraged existing technologies, but what about the new technologies on the horizon? How will they impact the way businesses operate? That's a great question. The future of business is being shaped by forces like artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, and a growing emphasis on sustainability. These trends will fundamentally change how businesses operate, create value, and interact with their customers.
Wow, it sounds like we're on the cusp of some major shifts. I can't wait to hear more about these exciting developments. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into business models. I'm really excited to explore the future of business, especially after learning so much about the fundamentals and seeing those incredible examples like Amazon and Google.
It has been a fascinating journey, hasn't it? And we've only just scratched the surface as we wrap up. Let's shift our focus to the forces that are shaping the business landscape and how you can prepare for what lies ahead.
You mentioned artificial intelligence, blockchain, and sustainability as key areas to watch. Let's dive into each of those. What kind of impact is AI already having on businesses?
AI is transforming industries at an incredible pace, from healthcare and finance to retail and beyond. Think about those AI-powered chatbots that are popping up everywhere. They're handling customer service inquiries, freeing up human agents to focus on more complex issues.
So AI is automating tasks and making processes more efficient. What else is it doing?
It's also creating entirely new products and services. Look at the rise of personalized medicine, powered by AI algorithms that analyze your genetic data to create customized treatment plans or consider self-driving cars, which are becoming increasingly sophisticated thanks to advances in AI and machine learning.
It's like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's happening right now.
Exactly. And for businesses, the key is to understand how AI can be leveraged to create value for their customers and gain a competitive edge.
Hmm.
It's not just about adopting the latest tech for the sake of it. It's about finding strategic ways to use AI to solve real problems and enhance the customer experience.
So you need to be smart about how you implement AI. It's not a magic bullet, but it can be a powerful tool when used effectively. What about blockchain? I know it's often associated with cryptocurrencies, but you mentioned it has applications far beyond that.
Absolutely. While cryptocurrencies might be the most well-known application of blockchain, its potential is much broader.
Hmm.
Imagine a world where you can track the origin of your food from farm to table, ensuring its safety and ethical sourcing, or a system where your medical records are securely stored and easily accessible to authorized healthcare providers, eliminating the need for paper files and fax machines.
That would be amazing. More secure and efficient systems would be a game changer for so many industries.
That's exactly what blockchain promises. Its decentralized and immutable nature makes it ideal for building trust and transparency in a variety of business processes. Companies that embrace blockchain technology could potentially streamline operations, reduce costs, and enhance security.
So blockchain is about building a more secure and transparent future for businesses and consumers. What about sustainability? How is that impacting business models?
Sustainability is no longer just a nice to have. It's a must have for businesses that want to thrive in the long term. Consumers are becoming increasingly eco-conscious, demanding products and services that are environmentally friendly and ethically produced.
I definitely see that trend in my own shopping habits. I'm much more likely to buy from companies that prioritize sustainability and social responsibility.
Exactly. And investors are also taking notice. They're looking for companies that are not only profitable, but also sustainable in their practices. Companies that ignore sustainability risk alienating customers, losing investors, and ultimately damaging their reputation.
So it's not just about doing the right thing, it's also good for business. How can companies integrate sustainability into their business models?
It needs to be woven into every aspect of the business, from sourcing and production to packaging and distribution. Think about companies that are using recycled materials in their products, reducing their carbon footprint through renewable energy, or partnering with ethical suppliers who prioritize fair labor practices.
It's about making conscious choices at every stage of the process.
Precisely. And for consumers, it's about making informed choices and supporting businesses that align with their values. By voting with our wallets, we can encourage more companies to adopt sustainable practices.
As we wrap up this deep dive, it's clear that the business landscape is in a constant state of flux. But amidst all this change, one thing remains constant: the importance of a strong, adaptable business model.
You're absolutely right. The business model canvas provides a timeless framework for navigating this ever-changing world. It helps you identify your target audience, articulate your value proposition, map out your resources and activities, and understand your costs.
It's a roadmap to success, but it's not a static document. It needs to evolve as your business grows and the market shifts.
And remember, the most successful companies are those that embrace innovation, adaptability, and a customer-centric mindset. They're constantly learning, experimenting, and finding new ways to create value for their customers.
That's a powerful message to end on. I feel like I've gained a whole new understanding of what it takes to build a successful business in today's world.
Well, I'm glad to hear that this deep dive has been a fantastic exploration of the world of business models, from the fundamentals to the future trends that will shape the years to come.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey. Remember, the world of business is full of challenges and opportunities. Embrace the power of innovation, adaptability, and a customer-centric mindset, and never stop learning and exploring new ideas.
Keep diving deep, everyone who knows what you'll discover.